You're watching ProPix TV. I'm James Kuzno in Vancouver, British Columbia. As we now have passed the day of mourning and the day of memorial for the victims of 9/11, I remember where I was on that fateful day. I was at home, my kids were just getting up and getting ready for school, and the news was on. The terrible events played out live to screens around the globe. I knew that I had to do something, anything, to help. Came on the news that all airspace was being closed and that planes were being diverted to different areas around the world. And some of those, of course, were diverted to Vancouver, British Columbia. I reached out to one of the local radio stations and we announced that if people were landing in Vancouver and did not have a place to stay, that we could coordinate finding homes and spaces in homes for people to stay and to hopefully be aware of what's going on and to be safe. Many people in the community reached out to us as well through our invitation to provide rooms or different vacant properties for people to stay at until the skies opened again and people could carry on their journeys, whether it was home to the US or elsewhere in the world. On that day, so many people lost their lives. So many families lost valuable members. Companies lost employees. But most of all, many people lost faith, trust. What they did gain, though, was a sense of empowerment, to stand together, to unite as one, to help each other out, to show compassion, to show caring, and most of all, to show resilience. September 11th will always be remembered as a horrific day in American history and in world history. But I hope that by remembering the many victims, that we can remember also the good that people showed in the wake of such a tragedy. My thoughts go out to all of the family members who are still struggling to get through it. To all of the families that were impacted by the dropping of the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and the other acts of senseless terrorism that struck on that day. And finally, in today's days of division, of separatism, and of hate and anger, let the memories of 9/11 remind you that all people matter in this world, that we are all striving to be accepted, to find peace, to be able to live our lives, and to achieve our dreams. If 9/11 taught us anything, it was that communities can come together. All faiths, all religions, all lifestyles, all beliefs. When we come together, we can get past anything, whether as American, as Canadian, as European, Asian, it doesn't matter. When we stand as one, when we come together, when we celebrate the strengths of each other and ourselves, it can only lead to a much stronger future ahead. Thank you for taking the time to remember those lost on 9/11 and those who are still living with the impacts every day. The firefighters and first responders who wasted no time risking their lives, and some of them losing those lives to save others without a thought or concern for themselves. To the many who breathed in the asbestos and other toxins and particulates that still to this day suffer as a result. We must demand that governments, whether it's in Canada, the US, or elsewhere, look after the first responders who are there to save lives. They give of themselves, of their families, of their life, of their time to protect us. And we should do nothing less than make sure that we do the same for them and protect them as they suffer from the fallout of being heroes. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.